Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Today I needed to use some of my discard for my sourdough and I needed to feed it. So I decided to make a banana cake with lemon frosting. So let's get started. I have a bunch of bananas to use today, so I'm going to double the recipe. In the bowl I already have 6 very ripe bananas mashed up, and to that we're going to add a 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. Now let's get that stirred really well. I usually use a lot more bananas when I make a banana and spinach smoothie, but I haven't been doing that lately. So I have a lot of extra bananas left over that I need to use. So there's the 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of white sugar, 1 stick of melted butter, plus 1/4 cup of avocado oil. Get that all stirred up. Then I'm going to use 1/2 cup of sourdough discard. Remember, the sourdough discard not only makes your recipes moist, but it's very good for your gut health. And then we're going to add 2 eggs. Remember that we're doubling this recipe, and it's going to be cooked in a 9x13 pan. Make sure you get it all stirred in very well. To compensate for the 1/2 cup of sourdough discard, I add 1/4 cup more of flour. Okay, time to add the flour, which is going to be 2 1/4 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So that's all in here. Not even going to sift it today. Get that all stirred up really well. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk and continue to stir it really well. I am going to add walnuts, but I'm just going to add it to half the cake so I can take some of the cake to my grandkids. Okay, there we have it. A very quick recipe with a banana cake using sourdough discard, a doubled recipe using 6 very ripe bananas, and this is just going to be so moist and delicious. Now it's time to get it into the 9x13 pan. So we're adding the batter to a 9x13 greased pan. And we're going to cook it at 350 for about 35 minutes. I will check it after 35 minutes and make sure that it is all thoroughly cooked through. Spread it out in the pan. Then I'm going to add walnuts to half of the mixture. My grandkids do not like walnuts, so I don't know what kids do like nuts. Not many of them. Hopefully these will sink down in and be really yummy and good. Okay, so we're going to pop it at a 350-degree oven and start with 35 minutes. We're going to make the lemon frosting for the top. It's just a simple, basic lemon frosting. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and half a teaspoon of lemon zest. And just stir that up real good. I'd never heard of lemon frosting being put on banana bread before until I met my husband, and his mom did that, so that's what I do now. It was just more of a glaze than a real thick frosting. Okay, time to cover that up with a wet paper towel to keep it from hardening. And we're just waiting for the banana cake to cook. Take a look at that. It looks and smells amazing. Now it's time to drizzle the lemon glaze frosting over it. Here we go. If you find it difficult to drizzle the glaze over it, just heat it up in the microwave a little bit. Because of the butter in it, it will spread a lot easier. That is beautiful. Now time to cut a piece and take to my friend. I'll take the ones without the walnuts to my grandkids. And the ones with the walnuts are for my husband and me, my daughter, and my friend. This is such a good way to use up ripe bananas. You do not have to throw those bananas away, no matter how bad they look. Unless they're moldy, of course, or smell sour. So, let's get a piece out. If I can do that. The first piece to remove is always the hardest. I have to use 2 utensils here. There we go. It's so nice and hot and moist. The wonderful thing about this cake is you use up your bananas that have gotten super ripe. You put sourdough discard in it, and it has eggs and butter and really wonderful things for you. I think it's a great snack cake. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for coming along with me and baking, and we'll see you on the next video.